As Super Bowl champions, we've got a lot of things that are on our plate, but the biggest thing we want to do right now is tackle the offseason to make sure that we dominate the offseason like we dominated the regular season and the playoffs. Now in free agency, I only really wanted to tackle 2 positions, and there weren't a lot of guys that I loved. I'll show you where everybody else signed here in a second, but Gerald Everett and Kyle Long are the 2 guys that I really wanted to target. Right guard, offensive line in general, we are weak. Tight end, I need some more youth. I need some more domination there, and Everett, I think, will be that guy. So free agency is done, and a quick look at some of the top players and where they ended up signing. Richard Sherman goes to the Colts. Marlon Mack goes to Tampa Bay. James White goes to Atlanta, so I think they have a crowded running game if Devonta Freeman's still there. Leonard Fournette goes to Kansas City to pair with Patrick Mahomes. Tevin Coleman also goes to Kansas City to pair with Leonard Fournette. McCourty back to New England. Devonta Kazee goes to Jacksonville. Let's see who else we got out here. Jason Verrett goes to the New Orleans Saints. And we got some pretty solid. And Jake Butt, who has been injured a ton. I feel so bad for that guy in real life. Goes to the Rams, which should be a really good pickup for them. And then Jalen Richard goes to Kansas City. How many running backs does one team need? So you see, again, a couple more signings here, but I think our team's going to be pretty good. We got a couple of guys of need, but it's time for the NFL draft where we really shine, as you saw in the first season. The NFL draft commencing, the Washington Racial Slurs pick number 1 overall, but we are here at number 7. I'm excited about what's going to be here. So let's go ahead and make our selection. Let's see who's eventually going to be on the board for us here. Kevin Dickerson. The number 1 overall player on the board is still there. Why? You've got to be kidding me. He's 3rd in the 40-yard dash. He's 1st in vert jump, broad jump, 3-cone, 20-yard shuttle, and bench press. How is he still here? I mean, he is 23, so he's a little bit older. But how is he still here? He was supposed to be the number 1 overall pick. I mean, there's other players here. Clifton Kitchens, great receiver. Number 1 in a lot of things. I mean, I don't really need another receiver. Ashley Lucas, another running back there. There's no way I could pass him up. I didn't expect him to be here. I think we have to get rid of Joe Mixon now. So Kevin Dickerson, welcome to Columbus. Joe Mixon, pack your bags. He's an 84. This is the single best, greatest, whatever word you want to use to describe a draft pick I have ever had. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. So if we check out his ratings, he is 94 speed, 98 acceleration. Oh my god. 79 break tackle, 87 carrying. Please tell me his injury rating is good. 94 injury, 94 stamina, 84 toughness. A decent kick returner. He will never return kicks though. I need that man to stay healthy and on the field. Oh my god. His spin move's kind of trash, but his juke movement at 92, good lord. Rookie of the year, we got him. For our second pick here in the first round, we are at number 32 because we won the Super Bowl. A lot of the running backs we were looking at are definitely still on the board. Jawan Hollis and Ashley Lucas are both still there. Dwayne Morris would probably be a really good pick, but we don't need a left end or a right end at this point. Raheem Shivers at corner. I don't like what his combine report looks like there, so we're going to pass on him as well. I want to go offensive lineman, but a lot of the linemen here are not looking good. Thing being, we're probably not going to be able to take any of these linemen with our next pick in the second round because it is 32nd. Spillman, I don't really love, but the guy that I do love, outside line, this guy looks actually legit. Oh, this guy's probably insane. I don't need a left outside linebacker though. I need a lineman more than I need anything else. Gilbert Quinton, though, I looked at him a little bit ago. He's top 10 in everything. He's 3rd in 3-cone and 20-yard shuttle, but most importantly, he is 1st in bench press. So 6'6", 317 pounds of all muscle, a world-class athlete. We got to go ahead and take him here. Pegged as a mid-second rounder. To 78. He's ranked 5th in true talent, or true value. We got him at 32. So that is incredible. He's at a normal depth trait, so that kind of sucks. But at a 78 overall, he should be perfectly fine. He's 93 strength, which is huge. 82 run block. His pass block is absolute trash. So we'll have to work on that. That'll be the main thing we upgrade him on. But his lead block, impact blocking are all pretty high. His stamina, toughness, injury, acceleration are all good. So I don't know if he's like an amazing pick. His overall is really good, but it'll take a little bit to get him where he needs to be. But still, our offensive line is trash. This It's a good pick in my opinion. So our second round pick being 32nd. I don't love a lot of the talent there, so I want to go ahead and make a trade. The Browns are actually offering us a 3rd rounder and then a 4th rounder next year. What else we got? A 3rd rounder next year, 3rd rounder. I think actually I don't like a lot of the people late in this draft, and I have a couple 4th round picks. So we're going to take from the 49ers the 3rd round and their 4th round pick in next year's draft. I'm good with that. So here in the 3rd round, pretty much the entirety of my draft board is absolutely shredded. I have some 7th rounders I found, a 5th rounder, a guy that was slated as being undrafted. It was actually a 5th rounder. But this guy is probably the most interesting one. A 6th rounder with a 1st round talent. How does this even happen? So from Purdue, he's got A- zone, B- awareness, B- man coverage. I don't know how his ratings are going to be. But with how people are flying off the draft boards and how much I might be trading, I'm going to go ahead and take this guy now. Not the fastest corner, but his vert, his broad, his 3-cone, and his 20-yard shuttle are either 2nd or 1st. I'm willing to go ahead and take a flyer on this guy. Thank you, Tom Cruise. We are killing it. 77 overall, ranked 8th in true value. We got him at 96. So this draft has not been overly great in terms of like spreading out the talent, but we've gotten, what, 3 of the top 8 guys already? I'm the best drafter in all of Madden. I'm telling you right now, 91 speed, that's better than I thought it was going to be with his 40-yard dash. 85 zone, 72 man. We play more zone than anything, so I'm fine with that. His tackle's okay. Press is pretty solid for a rookie. 95 acceleration, 92 jumping. Catching is stupid high at 60. This guy might even play wide receiver for me. 78 toughness, 88 stamina, 88 injury. Would love the injury to be higher, but I'm okay with this guy. So we just picked up Stanley Peppers. What a draft pick. So looking at my draft board, we still again have the 2 guys that are pegged as 7th rounders. Garrett Butler, I do think I want to take a gamble on. Nathan Weber, we'll see how it goes. Antoine Smith could be actually pretty good. I mean, as a late, I mean, if we have a 7th round pick, which I think we do, well, 6th or 7th round pick, we'll probably take a gamble on him. Let me just see what's available on the board. Yeah, we don't really need receiver. I haven't scouted a lot of these guys. Left side linebacker. That's going to be a no. These are going to be tough draft picks. This guy actually has decent stats. Steven Sheffield, left outside linebacker. I'm not loving a lot that is here. Artavius Goddard. Good Lord, those are not good combine reports. Okay, I think we're going to go with that other guy. Barring something amazing being down here, I think, yeah, I think we're going to go take a gamble on what's his name, Steven Sheffield. I have no idea. I didn't really scout him. Cross your fingers. He looks like he's related to Andrew Luck. Somehow. Look at his ratings. Tackle's not very good. Hit power's solid. Speed's okay. There's not a lot of love about this guy. You know what? We drafted him. He's one of ours. We actually had the next pick as well, but considering how the last pick went, I'm going to go ahead and trade that really quick. So a couple of offers are in here. We have a 4th rounder. I think it's the only 4th rounder we got. That's from Atlanta. It's for next year's draft. I will obviously take that. In the 5th round, we're getting pretty low on draft picks. We have 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th. I want a backup quarterback. This guy just randomly went through. He's got a pretty good 40-yard dash. His vert, all this stuff looks pretty good. He's a scrambler. He looks pretty athletic. He's from Arizona State. I'm going to give him a shot and see what he does. I need a backup quarterback. Is this man even qualified to get us water? I don't think so. Okay, I'm looking at his stats and I'm getting more and more depressed the longer I look at him. He's fast. So maybe I'll put him in there to run like fake field goal runs or something, but good Lord. I should have scouted more. At this stage, my draft board is completely shot. I do see Travis Britt, however. He's got top 10 in most things. He's not very good at bench press, so he's probably a receiving tight end. I'm just trading the rest of my draft picks at this point. The players that we did scout, we knocked it out of the ballpark. Players that we didn't scout, I may not allow them into the ballpark. But recapping, somehow Kevin Dickerson was sitting there at number 7, which I thought he would have been going to the first 3 picks. For whatever reason, NFL teams messed up, and we've got him. Maybe they know something that we don't, but I'm happy with having him there. We got Gilbert Quinton, our next pick, 78 overall, left tackle. At corner, we got Stanley Peppers. We needed a guy like that, and he should be a day 1 starter for us pretty quickly. Steven Sheffield, Joey Buckley, Travis Britt. Good luck in a different profession. A lot of you guys might want to know where some of the rookies that I really scouted and cared about ended up going. Dwayne Kilgore, the guy we would have went with, would have been a 75 overall. I would not have been mad. He's a 97 speed guy, and I would have been happy with that. But we got a guy who somehow is infinitely better. Kelvin Blackwell's the guy that we almost pulled the trigger on, and he would have been a really good pick. A left outside linebacker. He's a 73 overall for the 49ers. They also ended up getting Jalen Minor, a 76 overall free safety. Another guy we talked about was Clifton Kitchens, the 9th overall pick. He's a 75 overall for the Jets, giving Sam Darnold some much needed help. There was actually a really good tight end in the draft too, with Jermichael Briggs, who's a 78 overall going to the Detroit Lions. The Washington Racial Slurs had the #1 overall draft pick this year. They get Aaron Stokes, the corner, at 75 overall. They get Ashley Lucas, a halfback, at 74. They get a 68 overall strong safety, a 67 overall wide receiver. So for them, it was actually a pretty good draft. We didn't find many 80 overalls in this draft, but Corey Robbins at right tackle is the guy I wish we would have somehow been able to get. Unfortunately, we had to either take the guy we took in Dickerson or him, and honestly, I'm happy we took Dickerson. And one of the last guys is LaMarcus Sharp. The Eagles got him. We could have somehow got him. He was pegged as a 3rd rounder. He ended up going early in the 2nd round or mid-2nd round. 78 overall with 97 speed. There were some studs in this draft, that's for sure. Now, part of the offseason is getting some of our guys a little bit of an upgrade. So Antoine Isaac worked really hard all season long. We got 1 attribute point we can actually add to him. So deep threat slot, route runner, or physical. Again, I'm going route runner. He's been pretty incredible at running routes this year, and I'm happy to see that. He's an 85 overall, 81 route runner, +1 to acceleration, awareness, and short route, and +2 to his medium route. And while we didn't get that right tackle we just talked about a few seconds ago, we do have Kerry Cotton still on our roster, a young guy, plenty of talent. If he gets an upgrade here, we're going, I think, pass protected for him because he obviously struggles in that area. He goes to a 68 overall there, +1 to pass block finesse, or excuse me, +1 to pass block finesse, and +2 to pass block power. Now, week 1 of the regular season is here, and we'll play that in the next episode, but there's a couple of things we have to go ahead and tend to right now. First of all, who the heck is this team that we're playing? So all that talk about the Chargers moving, they moved all the way to, it looks like, London. Kind of surprised by that. So they have Melvin Gordon, Derwin James, all those guys are still there. They have a guy named Grant Dempsey as their quarterback with Easton Stick behind them. So the Chargers moved from the West Coast to the far East Coast. And as we sim through the preseason, I have extremely bad news. Not only is Jesse Bates hurt, but it's only a short duration of time, so that's fine. Damian Telfer, dislocated ankle, out for 6 weeks. We're in a lot of trouble all of a sudden. So as you guys know, in the offseason, we drafted a running back that is not too far behind Joe Mixon. So I'm going to unload Joe Mixon right now and try and get a 1st-round draft pick for next season. And I'm also going to try to sign a backup quarterback for the first 6 weeks. Not somebody that's overly good, but someone that can at least bridge the gap while we get the rest of our guys healthy. So we're going to try to trade Joe Mixon for a 1st-rounder. It's actually pretty close. And so I'm going to go ahead and say, you know what, we'll throw in, we got to have something, right? We got multiple 3rd-rounders. I'll throw in our back-end 3rd-rounder. That one gets the job done. Now with 1 new roster spot, we can go ahead and sign a quarterback. The guy that we see that's the top-rated guy by at least 5 overall points is Tyree Jackson. He's 6'7". He could be a guy we can develop at least behind Damian Telfer once he's healthy. So Tyree Jackson, I know that you're on Buffalo and you're on the practice squad, but guess what? Coming to Columbus. And after winning a Super Bowl, we got to set a season goal. So I'm going to say, honestly, Super Bowl might be tough because we are missing our starting quarterback for a long period of time. We've got a young, inexperienced quarterback, actually 2 of them on our roster behind him. So I'm going to say make the playoffs is my goal. Is it aggressive? Yes. Can we do it? Remains to be seen. So our team is going to be in an interesting spot. Did we get better? Yes. When we're healthy, it'll even show a lot more. But for the most part, our team is in a really good spot. We got 2 really good wide receivers, an extremely good running back. So we hope. We just traded Joe Mixon, so I hope that he is. The offensive line got a little better. Is it great? Absolutely not. With Gerald Everett at tight end, I feel like the offense could be productive in the first week. 6 weeks that we got to play, it's going to be tough, but I believe in us. On defense, I feel fairly optimistic. At outside linebacker, we don't really have any studs on either side, but they are enough to get the job done. Jason Smith at middle linebacker is incredible. He'll lead that defense. At strong safety, Sean Williams was good last year. I don't know how to pronounce the guy that's backing up Jesse Bates III, but I got faith. At corner, we got William Jackson, Jonathan Jones, and we have Mr. Peppers at our 3rd corner. I feel really good about how that unit is going to perform this season. Geno will dominate double-digit sacks. Dunlap and Hubbard will get pressure on the ball. I'm excited. I'm optimistic. But at the end of the day, how do you guys feel the offseason was for us? Damian Telford getting hurt is going to be a problem. If we can go 3-3 in the first 6 weeks of the season, that's a W in my book. But again, leave me a comment down below. Tell me, what do you think we're going to do in the first 6 weeks? Rate the offense or rate the offseason. Tell me how we ultimately did there. I'm optimistic. I'm happy. I'm hoping Damian Telford gets back sooner rather than later, and we can pick up right where we left off.